Today, you are going to be unlocking the high whip out and low whip out. There are a few variations. There's also high whip in and low whip in. So I'll quickly show you orientation so you can understand the difference between in and out, and then we'll dive right into it. So first of all, if I'm swinging in an underhand position on this side, this is north. If I face the opposite, this would be south. And facing you, the camera, this is east. So it will help you to understand cardinal directions when we get into understanding high versus low whip ins and outs. So right now, facing east, if I go over my right shoulder, this is high whip out. If I go to my right hip, that is low whip out. Over my left shoulder is high whip in. And if I bring it down like this towards my left hip, that is my low whip in, all right? If I'm swinging the other direction, this then, facing this way, I am north. Facing this way, south. Facing you, I am west right now. So in this orientation, over my left shoulder, it becomes the high whip out. And over my left hip, it's the low whip out. This is the low whip in. And this is the high whip in. So we're going to first start with a one-handed version of it. It's going to be quite easy to transition to two hands after. But with one hand, you can use any rope. Even a belt will do, skipping rope, or even if you have a broomstick at home or a staff, that can also help you with understanding this movement. This is a great movement both for your shoulders, but also it gets you to twist a bit and works the elbow a little bit as well. First one I want to show you is the high whip out, right? High whip out. Without the rope, what the movement looks like is most of the movement is going to come from moving your elbow, although your elbow is close to your body, all right? So you can see over here, my elbow is close to the body, and I'm acting like a hinge. So what's going to happen is you first bring your hand up like this, kind of like you're pulling your phone out and looking at your phone, right? So palm towards your face, coming up towards your face. And then what happens is there's a bit of that twist in the body. It's not just a hand movement. You twist towards your right, and now your hand is coming behind your head. And what's happening is first you have your palm at your face. As you turn, your palm is going to face open towards the back of your head. Easy way of thinking of it is imagine you have a long ponytail. And what you're going to do is you move your hand up and you want to put your hand under your ponytail and you're going to whip it, all right? You're going to whip it out like that. So it's going to be 1 and then 2, like this. 1, 2. With the rope, what it's going to look like is you have that movement here like this. Remember the hand coming up, bringing that phone up to your face. Other ways you can think of it is in this underhand kind of swing. It's kind of like you're teeing up for a golf swing or a bat swing, or maybe you're just trying to spank someone's ass, right? So you're going this way, you bring the rope up, it's 1 circle in the front, and it's going to be 1 circle in the back. 1, 1, 1, 1. And you get the second circle in the back by rotating your wrist. So the first circle is with the elbow, second circle is with the wrist. So that's where you do that hair whip, that ponytail whip, throw it out like that, all right? So here's what it looks like from the side. Remember, it's not just the hand, but a bit of the body twist as well. So when you come to the back, you're actually turning your body a bit to the right, all right? And this is what it looks like from the back. So I want to quickly show a variation with a broomstick, or just any stick will do. It doesn't have to be this long. But I first saw this variation from Flow with AJ, and I really like using the stick as a kind of a starting point because it helps you understand the rotation movement both in the elbow and in the wrist, and how the object is going to move in relation to your body, right? So if you see over here, I'll show from the front. The first circle, see my elbow is close to my body. First circle is just you kind of drawing that circle with the elbow. When it goes to the back, this is where I say you have the palm facing the back of your head, and now you flick that hair out, kind of like that, flick it out, and then you bring it back to the front, all right? And the really nice thing about having a stick as well is it encourages you to involve your body and twist a bit more. So you're not just doing it with the hands, but also getting the body involved with the twisting and turning as well. All right? So you can see here, one circle in the front, lift it to the back, second circle in the back, and then you're coming back in the front again. Here's what it looks like from the side. And here's what it looks like from the back. Now that you've learned it with one hand, it's not too hard to move on to two hands. So you're just grabbing the rope with the second hand, same thing, bringing it up like this with that scooping motion, swing to the front, bring it over the shoulder, down, over, down, over. That's the high whip out. Onward. Now we're gonna look at the low whip out. So with the low whip out, the movement's quite simple. You're basically moving one on the front, and then you just like flick it to your back like this, and you bring it back to the front again. So that's pretty much it. Notice as well that I'm twisting my body, same as with the high whip. There's a bit of a turn. And the reason why that turn is so important is when you're learning this move, you might be tempted to focus on using just the wrist to rotate the rope. And when I was learning, I was really struggling to understand, wait, how do I get the rope back in front? Because when I was using my wrist and twisting it like this, it would kind of, when I went to the back and I twist and try to make the second circle, it's just gonna go and hit my armpit. So I'll show you from the side. I was trying to go like this and try to like bring it back to the front, and that wasn't working. So what actually happens in this one is when you move it to the back, the coming back to the front is the leading of the body. So when you turn back towards the left side, with your shoulder leading, your right shoulder leading the movement, the rope will naturally follow, right? You see that? Notice that the rope is just following behind my elbow. It's not getting into that contact or hitting my elbow or coming around like that. So it's one circle in the front, one circle in the back. One thing I like to do with the low whip out as well is keep your wrists relatively close to your hips. It's just kind of like if it was a tail that's following you. And here's what it looks like from the back. So again, remember, you're not doing this, all right? You're just bringing it back with your right shoulder, and you will follow. So with the stick again, same movement. When you're practicing with the stick, you probably want to hold closer to the middle because it's going to be too heavy if you hold towards the end. But holding close to the middle, you have one circle in the front, and then bringing it to the lower back. You bring it back like this, bring it to the back, and then see my hand here? I'm not trying to turn and hit myself. I'm just bringing it to the back, and then by turning my body back to the left or bringing my right shoulder forward, the broom is actually going to come back to this side, allowing me to open it up again, right? Like this. You see that? So from the side, it might be a bit more obvious. So you go one circle in the front, and then you come to the back circle, and then you turn like this. And here's what it looks like from the back. The main thing that you want to look at for the low whip with two hands is remember that your left hand's going to come under your right hand like this, not over your right hand, all right? So left hand under the right hand. So this is what it looks like from the side. Over, under, under. And from the back, over, and under, under. Don't forget to practice on the other side, where basically you have an underhand swing with your left hand like this, and then you do it high whip on the left side and the low whip on the left side as well, just to make sure that you can do it both ways, all right? And naturally, you just want to do it to avoid imbalances in your body, in your posture. Okay, and once you can do the high whip and the low whip, you can connect them both to do the high to low whip and then bring it back out again. High, low, out. And how you connect it is basically you go to high whip and then you just bring your hand down and that will become the low whip, right? So you see high and I bring my hand down, that's one swing on the low whip. One, so it goes one, one, one on the back, one to the front. So front one circle, top one circle, bottom one circle, and then front one circle. So one, 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 all right? So that's the high to low whip. This move is also called the shoulder spiral by Team Sheaf. I can't do it as well as him. My body doesn't undulate as well. But why his version looks a bit different from me is because right now I'm standing in a sideward stance and doing this behind my back. What he does is basically he does it like this. I'll show you in a second. So sideward stance, and this is a side view right now going my front, back. What he does is he does it in an overhand motion facing you. So what you do is one on this side, one up, one down. So the right side then becomes the back side that you were practicing on. And then you can move and undulate your body a bit more to really get that rotation. Because remember, if we were practicing sideways, you do need to twist a bit to get the rope to come to the back side, and then you turn back to get it to come back to the front side, right? So when you are facing the rope directly, if it's like in an overhand movement, you do need to adjust your body a bit, and when you're getting it to come back to this side, you need to kind of like bring your shoulder over like this, right? So I'm not moving as smoothly as Tim can, but this is the basic movement of that shoulder spiral that you see, right?